Hello everyone and welcome to Mobility Academy. I'm the flexibility guy, Coach Elia, and in today's video I want to show you how to stretch your shoulders in an overhead position, which is this one, alright, to increase the flexibility of your pecs, of your delts and of your lats. But before I start talking about shoulders flexibility, let me show you my brand new book, Shoulders Range, which is the complete playbook to master your shoulders and upper body flexibility. So if you want to learn how to stretch your shoulders with the best exercises out there, I strongly suggest you check out this book following the link in the description down below. All right, now with that said, let's start. All right guys, so this is a wonderful exercise to stretch your shoulders in flexion, like this. And the beautiful thing about this one is that you don't need any kind of equipment. I've been doing this exercise here for quite a long time now, and I still feel that this is one of the best ones because the shoulder is in itself a really flexible joint. If you can apply the right amount of pressure on the shoulder with the correct activations, you're going to stretch it in a very beautiful way. And here, you don't need equipment. You just need some flow. All right, so let me show you how to do this. You wanna start here. It's really important that you understand the details of the stretch. It's all in the details. All right, you probably already know this exercise here, but I want to show you how to do that my way and with some kind of details you might be missing that can improve the stretch quite a lot. So what you want to do is this. You want to start in a position where you have your legs perpendicular to the floor. So you have your feet on the floor like this and your legs perpendicular to the floor. Now you do want to go in shoulder flexion, which means that you do want to go here. Now I stressed a lot about two different trunk positions in shoulder flexion. So when you go like this, you have two main ways to activate your rib cage, because the rib cage does move also your shoulders. So it's really important how you move your rib cage as well. All right. Now for this stretch right here, we can do two different rib cage positions. The first one is the rib cage in position, where you basically bring your front ribs in like this, and you curve your spine like here. You inflate your back ribs, and the ribs open position where you basically arch your back and arch your ribs. I strongly suggest you use the ribs in position. So I'm gonna show you the ribs in position rather than the arched variation first, then I'm gonna show you also the other one. So your legs have to be not together, all right, but slightly apart, all right? So legs are slightly apart. I flex my feet like this. I'm not pointing, I'm flexing because I do want to have a stability here, all right? This is really important. Then as I am here, I want to go down with my hand. Now from this position here, it's really important that you adjust the position using your hands. All right. So first, you want to find a position where your legs remain perpendicular to the floor. So not like this, because here I'm not perpendicular, and not like this, because here I'm applying too much pressure on my shoulders. I do want to remain approximately perpendicular to the floor. Now I want to bring my ribs in. So as you can see, I'm inflating my back ribs. Now I'm not moving, and as you can see, I'm not moving my pelvis. I'm not moving my pelvis at all. All right, my pelvis stayed fixed. All right, so I don't want to close the pelvis. A lot of people stress about this kind of pelvis position where you have to roll your pelvis down. But no, you don't have to do something like this. You can remain neutral with the pelvis, which means that I'm not in an anterior tilt, but neither in this position here. All right, I do want to remain neutral from this position here. Hands down, pelvis neutral, ribs in. I want to go into the fingertips, because this position here allows me to go down and to find my range of motion better than this one. All right, so fingertips, I relax my forearms, I relax my shoulders, and I try to drive my armpits down. So it's really important that you drive your armpits down as you bring your ribs in. So if you're doing the ribs in position, so ribs in, neutral with the pelvis, and I drive the armpits down. Another really important position is the external rotation of the shoulders. So as you are in the position, you do want to make sure that you're moving your shoulders this way. So of course I'm remaining like this with my hands, but I'm rotating my elbows up as if I wanted to do something like this. So as you can see, this is internal rotation. Now, look at the stretch from this angle here. I can do something like this, where I'm rotating my shoulders in, but I also can do something like this, where I'm rotating my shoulders out. Can you see that as I rotate my shoulders out, I'm moving my elbows up, and I'm moving my body in a different way rather than this. All right, so it's really important that you move your shoulders in external rotation, because the external rotation does improve the stretch on your lats and on your pecs. So external rotation is really important, and it's really important that you keep your legs perpendicular to the floor. This is really important. So perpendicular to the floor with your legs as you go down. All right, I'm here, I go down, and I can remain here. There's the ribs in position. Then after 10 to 15 breaths, you can do something like, from this position here, you can open the ribs. You keep the external rotation, but now you're opening the ribs. Now you're arching the back. Now you are in a different position. It's still good for your shoulders, of course. You're going to stretch your shoulders, you're going to stretch your ribs, you're going to stretch your thoracic spine as well here, because here you're mobilizing your upper spine as well, and you can remain here another 10 to 15 breaths, but I strongly suggest you then come back to the ribs in position. The ribs in position may be a little uncomfortable at first, because as you bring your ribs in, you feel like I can't open my shoulders, but your focus shouldn't be on your shoulders like only, but it must be on your armpits. So you do want to bring your armpits towards the floor as you do the exercise. So as you are in the stretch, remember, I do want to bring my armpits towards the floor, not my body. All right, my armpits. My body stays the same. Ribs in, ribs out, doesn't matter. My armpits guide the stretch. All right, so let me show you another time, one last time. So from this position here, fingertips on the floor. I adjust the position using my hands to place my legs approximately perpendicular to the floor. I apply pressure, I relax my shoulders, and the pressure on my shoulders is enough to create the stretch. Trust me, is enough. Ribs in position, armpits to the floor, but I keep my body engaged, and I keep my trunk strongly in the position, even though I'm pushing my armpits down. Chest open position, armpits down, even though I have my chest open, armpits down. It's the same. The principle is the same. All right, so remember, the armpits drive the stretch. All right, and you have two different positions, but remember also another really important detail, your legs position. If you feel that in the position, the force of gravity is pushing you down too much, like you're feeling, all right, my shoulders are tensed up because I have something that is pushing me down too much, probably you are too much in front of your knees with your hips, so you're shifting your legs too much over, and this is creating too much tension on your shoulders. So vice versa, if you're staying there and you're feeling like my shoulders aren't in a correct stretch because I don't feel any stretch on my shoulders, I don't feel any kind of pressure on my shoulders, which is pushing my shoulders down, then you're probably leaning too far towards your heels with your glutes, with your hips. So you're leaning over your heels with your body, and this is not creating the correct amount of pressure on your shoulders to let you go into the stretch and to let you gain more flexibility. So it's really important that you keep your hips above your knees at all times. All right, guys? Now, these are the most important details about this stretch, which is the shoulder opener on the floor. Really easy, no equipment needed, but a very, very good stretch, excellent stretch for your shoulders, especially if you want to improve all the movements where you have to do something like this, handstands, calisthenics, gymnastics, and a lot more, where you have to go like this with your shoulders. You know that. If you want to do something like this, you need shoulder flexion. And this exercise here is excellent for your shoulders flexion. All right, guys? Now, if you give this exercise a go, if you know this exercise here, but like you have found the tips and the corrections in this video useful for you, then let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you have any kind of questions or doubts. If you enjoy the content, please hit that like button and help me grow this YouTube channel. It means a lot to me, guys. You know that. All right, now, with that said, that's all for this stretch. I'm from the Flexibility Guy, Coach Elia. Have a nice stretch and see you in the next video.